Hi, I'm Alex. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If not, welcome back. I am a 24-year-old data analyst in the greater New York City area, specifically in North Jersey, and I work in higher education. So today we're going to be doing my personal favorite video of the month because it really just helps me get on track. I did not film a monthly reset for January just because I had filmed my year one with my 2022 goals and getting ready for the year, and I feel like I was a mess the whole month because I didn't sit down to do any of my things, so definitely wanted to sit down to do them with you today. It is currently January 31st. I'm going to film this morning before I have to work, edit it on my lunch break, upload it later, because I've been in denial that February starts tomorrow. My boyfriend has made comments to me about the Olympics starting soon, and I'm like, no, it doesn't happen until February, and he's like, yeah, that's literally this week. So here we go. I guess it's time. January is coming to a close, so let's do this. We're gonna go over we're gonna do January in review, look at my January goals, what I achieved, etc. We're gonna do my bullet journal for the month of February, so prep the cover page and the spreads that I might need, and then we'll fill out my planner and my calendar and my monthly goals and all those kinds of things. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up, we're going to go over my January goals. I don't think I ever even showed these in a video, so I'll read them to you now while we're going through them. The first one was to read 3 books, which I did achieve. I read 4. I don't think I'll read another one today, but I could if I wanted to. Second one was to call the dentist. I need to schedule a bunch of dental work. I did call the dentist, but we're kind of playing phone tag, so nothing is scheduled or in the works yet, but it is very high on my priority list. The third was to enroll in a database course, and I did do that. I'm going to be taking some intro and intermediate SQL or SQL classes at one of the community colleges in New Jersey, because I can do that for free, which is nice. The next one was to set up and learn how to use my embroidery machine, the new one that I got for Christmas, and I did do that, although I wouldn't say it's 100% mastered yet. I still have some practice that I need. The next goal was to go to one workout class. I really intended for this to be a thing, but with how bad COVID has gotten in my area, I just didn't really feel comfortable. I did get my gym membership this month, so at least that is something, but I did not go to a workout class. The next goal was to walk 90 miles, and I wrote down my mileage for the month, but it ended at 72. So I was a little bit short, but one of my goals for the year is to walk 1,100 miles in the entire year. So I was just trying to work a little bit towards that, so it's not really a huge deal that it wasn't achieved. The next thing is to write 10 pages. If you're new here, one of my dreams in life is to be a published author one day, and I have started a book. I did write 1 page this month, which is more than I've written in the last 5, but I did not achieve writing 10 pages, unfortunately. The next thing was to finalize my Etsy shop logo, which I did do, and then number 9 was to pick a launch date for that, which I did that as well. It'll be launching March 1st, hopefully, as long as everything goes to plan. The next thing is to post on my small shop Instagram, which I plan on doing tomorrow on February 1st, but the post is drafted in my account and ready to be posted, so I consider this being complete. And then the next thing was to pay off $2,000 in credit card debt, which I did do. And then the last one was to have 8 no-spend days, which I did not achieve. I only had 6, but I still think 6 is a pretty good number considering what it usually is. Now, I also, in this spread, as you can see, this was all my YouTube video ideas for the month, and I put a little growth tracker at the bottom. So now that the month is over, I need to fill that out. So my Disneygram started the month with 190 followers, and I am ending it at 256, which 66 followers in 1 month is a pretty like solid growth to go from 190 to 256. And then my YouTube channel got the most subscribers it's gotten in 1 month so far over the last month, and I'm up to 44 now, which again is not a lot, but I started the month at 40, so pretty solid growth there that I'm also pretty proud of. Okay, moving into my planner for February. The quote is, "Embrace all the facets of you." It's cute. I love the Erin Condren quotes. So going through here, I'm just going to fill out all of my like bills that I have due, any events that I have going on, any like obligations that I have throughout the month, and then set some goals and look at my debt update. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll probably just time lapse it for now. I just wanted to throw in an update that I just looked at my like credit card debt and broke down. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. I have been working so hard to pay off my debt, and I've paid off like $5,000 since I started taking it really seriously. And somehow it's only gone down by $1,500. And it really stresses me out. Sorry, this just got very real, but this isn't fun every month. Someone needs to talk about it, so here I am, a very real monthly reset. I'm gonna go get myself together now. It's the next day now, so it's now February 1st, which means I'm now setting my goals way later than I wanted to, but as you saw yesterday, I had a mental breakdown when I looked at my budget, and that happens. Sometimes that's life. It was unfortunate, but it really kicked my butt in gear, and I came back into my office and made a plan, made a spreadsheet that's pretty nice. So I'm going to take you through my spreadsheet, and then I also set up my bullet journal. I was just like having fun with it yesterday. I didn't want to film any of it. So I will show you what I did in my bullet journal, show you the budget spreadsheet, we'll set some goals, and then this video will be done. A little late, but that's okay. Okay, so this is my bullet journal spread for the month of February. Just super basic. There's this quote that says, "Do what you love what you do," and then this little heart that says February with some pink hearts around it. And then I set up my goals, which again, I just kept super basic for this month. Last month, I failed on quite a few of my goals, and I think that part of the reason that happened is just because I set too many and tried to stretch myself too thin, and it just didn't happen. So instead of having 12 goals for this month, which is what I did in January, I only did 6. So those 6 goals are to read 3 books, which is also a goal I set last month, to ride the bike daily. We have a Nordic track bike, so I want to ride that daily, or at the gym even. I just got my gym membership, so that'll be something that we do this month. I also just finally got approved for Instacart yesterday, so I want to make $500 on Instacart this month. I want to get my debt to under $10,000. As you saw, I had my mental breakdown yesterday, it's fine. Everything's fine now. But I would like my debt to be under 10K at the end of February. One of the goals I had set last month was to write 10 pages. I didn't achieve it, so I didn't achieve writing 10 pages. So I'm going to try that again this month, and then also March 1st is going to be the launch date of my Etsy shop, so I will need to finalize all of the products that will be launching on March 1st. I think as of right now, it'll be a Disney Vacation Club line, so I am making stickers for a bunch of the DVC resorts, and then I might make a couple of t-shirts and crew necks that say Disney Vacation Club. Haven't decided yet. We'll see. But those are my goals. Moving on to the budget. Okay, so this is my budget for the month. As you can see, there are a few sections. The first is my credit card debt, and then I broke my bills into my monthly subscriptions, my minimum payments on my credit cards, and then my non-credit card or monthly subscriptions, and then that's all on the left side, and on the right side I have my income, and a payment tracker for my debt, and then I'm going to add a sheet to this that is an expense tracker. I find that I spend less money when I write down everything I'm buying because then I feel bad. Not the best tactic. I think it's something that a lot of people do in terms of writing their calories and tracking macros. It makes them eat less because they don't want to see it written down. Similar to that. So I will be adding an expense tracker eventually, but this is what it looks like. So I just put in all of my credit cards, their balance, what the APR is on them, so I know what I'm going to be charged for interest every month, and then what the minimum payment for each bill, which each card is, what the payment date is, and what my total credit limit on each card is. The reason I put in total credit limit is because I'm really trying to get my credit score up. Scott and I are going to be looking into buying either property or a home sometime in the next 1 to 2 years. So I need to make sure that my credit score is good for that, and right now it is not. So I like being able to see my credit usage here. My credit usage is actually a little bit lower because I'm on one of my parents' credit cards, and that raises my credit limit by another $5,000, but I don't have actual access to it at all. My name is just on it. It's the Firestone card, so if my car ever needed repairs while I was at school, I could just get it fixed. And then in my monthly subscriptions, I actually had more than this when I made the sheet yesterday, but I looked at it last night and I cut a few things out. So let's talk about that. I'm still debating canceling Epidemic Sound. That is the platform that most YouTubers use to get their copyright-free music. It is $15 a month, plus there is a 45-cent foreign transaction fee. From Apple, I get charged $6.80 or $6.90 a month for Apple Care for my phone, my watch, and Scott's iPad. My Spotify charge, when I made this yesterday, was actually $10.95, but we decided last night that we were going to transfer to the Spotify couples account. I think it's Spotify Duo is what it's called, so you get 2 premium accounts and it just hooks up to yours automatically, which is super nice. So I upgraded mine. It sent an invite to Scott. He gets to keep his Spotify account. It just is on my billing now. So that's $12.99 plus tax every month. I'm approximating it'll come out to $13.84, but I'm not 100% positive yet. And I have my Universal Annual Pass. Amazon was on here, but I canceled Amazon Prime to save some money. At least I paused it for now. And then my Audible's on here, but that's probably going to get canceled as well. I recently got my Wax Pass again for European Wax Center. But I'm probably going to ask them to pause payments for a little bit because I'm actually squared up on payments for the next, I think, 6 months worth of waxes or something. It might only be 5, but I think I'm going to ask them to pause my payments until I'm actually needing to pay. because I know they do that. And then my gym membership, but I don't have to pay that until March because they were doing 1 month free. So it was $1 down, 1 month free, and then I don't have to pay till March. And then for my actual bills, I just have my phone, my car insurance. So in terms of my income, I signed up for a course that my organization is going to refund me for. So that's what this first line is. And then I'm approximating that I can do $150 worth of Instacart a week. I know my friends who do Instacart make way more money than this. So maybe it'll be higher, maybe not. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to stretch myself too thin. I do still want to have some quality of life while trying to pay off debt. But then my 2 paychecks from my job are in there as well, which are the same amount every month. I do think I should be getting an extra paycheck for my health insurance waiver soon, but I didn't want to put that on here, even though it is an extra $500, just because I don't know when I'm going to get it. Okay, and then this is my payment tracker. So last night I made a payment to Bank of America, $500. This is what is left on that card that I still need to pay. And then I just highlighted or filled this cell to show that I've already made the payment. So this is my new budget spreadsheet. I'm super happy with it. Like I said, I will be adding an expense tracker, just not yet. The last thing we need to do to finish up this video is just a quick reading wrap-up for the month. So the first book I read was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've seen everybody say this book is incredible, so obviously I needed to read it for myself. And it absolutely was, 100%. I gave it 4.5 stars. I know almost everybody gives it 5, and I did think it was really, really good, but I also called the ending, and I know a lot of people say that they have no idea what the ending's going to be, but I was able to figure it out. It's about some big movie star who decides to give her story to a nobody journalist, and it tells the story of, as you may have guessed, her 7 husbands that she had throughout her time in Hollywood and how they all affected her life. The next book that I read was We Were Liars by Lockhart. I thought that this book was really good. I rated it 4 stars. The back of it just says, if anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. So that's why I picked this up. I was intrigued by the back. It's about somebody with a traumatic brain injury, and they forget how they got this injury, and it's the story of them piecing things back together again. I thought it was really good. I was actually shocked by the twist ending. Like I said, I wasn't by The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but I was with We Were Liars. I really enjoyed the book. Would highly recommend it. But I wouldn't say it's a 5-star read. It was also really fast. The text in this book is very large, if you can tell, and the spacing is really big. So even though this looks thick, it's actually only 250 pages, and then there's a bunch of extra stuff in the back, and the text is really large, so it only took 2.5 or 3 hours to read. The next book I read was The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle. I like Rebecca Searle a lot. I read In 5 Years last year, and it was one of my most highly rated reads of all time, so I was really excited to pick this up and read it. I also rated this book 4 stars. It's about a woman who is asked in college if you had 5 people that you can invite to dinner, living or dead, who would they be and why? She makes this list and she updates it throughout time, and it finally comes time for her birthday, and she walks into the restaurant, had dinner with one of her best friends, and all of the people from her dinner list are there. This was another really interesting book. There are some very interesting plot points that I absolutely was not expecting, but it wasn't a mind-blowing read. I got through this book really fast too. I think it took me 3 hours. Most of these books I read entirely in one day, or 20 pages on one day and the rest on the next. The dinner list was one that I read entirely on one day because I purposely didn't charge my phone or my AirPods for a flight, and all I had was my book, so I had to sit and read. And I'm glad I did, because once I got into it, it was pretty good. And then the last book I read this, again, it's going to seem like it's out of season, but there was a huge blizzard in the Northeast the other day, and I just felt like I needed like a cozy Christmas vibe. So I read Christmas at Silver Falls by Hale. This is like the definition of Hallmark in a book. I can't believe it's not a Hallmark movie already. It's about a young woman who goes back to her family's resort in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee at Christmas time, and they unfortunately need to sell the resort because they're not bringing in enough money, and they don't have the staff or the resources to pay staff. So she goes in with the intent that she needs to save her family's business and Christmas, essentially. Like I said, very much a Hallmark movie. I gave this book 3.5 stars. I thought it was good. I thought it was really fast. I thought it was cute, but it wasn't anything particularly special. So that's why I got its rating. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for my mental breakdown. That's real life. Sometimes money is not an easy topic. It causes so many, breakups and fights and problems with family. Not in my life, but in life in general, it causes those issues. So I know that it's a very, touchy subject, and I feel like people don't really talk about the negative, really dark side of where you can get in terms of depression and just anxiety about money and your financial situation. And yeah, I think it's important that somebody puts it out there. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.